Ended up getting those 8 Canadian coins for $1. Not bad deal. A lot of them are from the 40s, so from my old book I already took out the ones that I had already. I'm going to put it in this new book. So we're starting with 1910 to 1936, but this only starts in 1920 for the King George V. King George VI, starting in 1936 till 52, when Queen Elizabeth became queen. You got the young head back in 53 to 64, and the what do you call it? The new head from 65 until I'm not sure when. I've got a second book that starts from 1989, goes till 2011 or 12. They didn't mark the last few years. I don't have that many new coins because I haven't had a folder for them. Didn't really keep them. So let's see what we can find here in this pile. All right, starting with 1947. All right, come on. There we go. That was the King George V, 1947. There are 31 million of those. There's a 1940. 1940 King George V. Good shape. Doesn't want to get in focus, does it? Okay, 1940, 85 million. Let's go back to 1938. Come on. 1938, 18 million. Some are not as easy as others, huh? All right, what we got here? 1949. I think that's the one I picked up yesterday. 33 million. Oh, I'm putting it in the old album. Great. Hang in there. And I did take a look at this new album. Has some different varieties on some of these years. So, new album talks about different years, small beads, large beads. 1947 has a blunt 7 maple leaf, a pointed 7. I don't know what I have here. Let's see, 47. All right. Looks blunt to me. I don't know about pointed. Maybe pointed on the very bottom. 47 pointed. There are 43 million of those. 38, like I said, 18 million. 49, 33 million. 42, 76 million. 1940, 85 million. They needed the pennies back then. Okay. Let's move on to a 1955. All right, 1955, 56 million. 1950. Okay, nice shape. 60 million. There's a 56. So that's Queen Elizabeth. Young head. A little worn out on that side, but their years are very clear. 1956 had 78 million. Here's a 1949. All right, I already had a 1949. Okay, so that's a repeat. No variations on that. 1953, no shoulder fold or shoulder fold. Something to do with the young head. Shoulder fold. I have no idea. We'll see. Now here's a 51. 80 million. The 53 had 67 million. Here's a new head. 65. Large beads, small beads. I have no idea. Looks small to me, but until I get one that's different, I won't know. I'll take a look, I guess. 1941, 56 million. Excuse me. 1970, 311 million. They really kicked it in gear in the 70s there. Okay. 1968, 329 million. 61, the year I was born. Come on. Nice shape. 61, 135 million. 62, right down here next to it. 227,000, or 227 million, sorry. 69. There it is. 335 million. So, have you heard the meaning of Canada? Some European voyager or explorer asked a Native American what was ahead, and he was just pointing out Quebec. But the word that he heard was Canada, which is the word for village. It was the village of Quebec, but they didn't call it Quebec. That was a French word for that city. This is the 1967, the centennial, 1867, 1967. They have a different animal on each denomination. 1967 was 345 million. I've got the rabbit for the nickel that year. I think there's a wolf on the $50 and a goose or Canada geese on the dollar coin. All right. 1950, and I think there's a bobcat also. Okay, here's another 1953. I'm just going to put them next to each other and see which one has the shoulder fold and which one doesn't. Maybe they're both the same. I don't know. Hard to tell. I don't see any difference. So, next time I get a 1953, we'll find out. Here's another 47. Blunt 7 or pointed 7? Tell ya. I cannot tell the difference. So maybe they're the same also. Alright. Until we find one that's different. 1944. That's up here. 44 million on the 44. 1971. 1945, 77 million. 1965. Large beads, small beads. Of course, they're on two different pages. That says large beads, but I don't know if that's the right coin. That one says small beads. 304 million made between both of them. All right, here's a King George V, Elizabeth's father, I believe. 1943, 89 million. Looks like that roll is going to be filled in soon if I find a 1939. What do I have here? 58, 1958. Queen Elizabeth, young head, 59 million. Oh, here we go. Here's a older one. 1936. King George V. King. A little Latin going on there. Not sure what all that means. 1936. Goes on the first flap here. 8.7 million. Why is that one not going in? Okay, here's an older one. King George V. A little more worn, so it might be older. Yep, it is, 1920. That's the first one in the book. 15 million. 1946. Second page here, 56 million. 1960. Here we go. 75 million. A little worn out or discolored. What else we have here? 63. The year my wife was born. There we go. 63. Looks like I need a 1964. Here it is. 64. A little worn, but you know, it's over, getting close to 60 years old. Okay. 66. That finishes that row down there, the early 60s. And that finishes that row up on top. The late 60s, and this one is 1983. 975 million. So, there's the book. We've got a repeat 1949. Is that right? Yep, I do have two 1949s. Okay. So, yeah, I've got plenty to fill in. Mostly the 20s and 30s. I got 36 and 38. I thought I had a 1939, but okay. Got 40 all the way up to 1947. Need a 48. I got 4 missing from the 50s. And I got a lot. I just haven't saved them. I should have, I guess, from the 70s, 80s, 90s. I've got one, 1999. I didn't really save. I haven't seen any for a while that are new in the year 2000s up to 2010. So I'll be looking for those in coin rolls, in my pocket change, wherever I go. And stay tuned. This is part 1 of our Canada Small Cents.